Okay, so. Colton's.
I can just use my pencil.
Alright, so here we go. So we have 3 problems to work today, okay? That's all. And it's going to take us, I would like to not take the whole entire class period so that, what? What?
Is it 2 or 3?
You said 2 earlier. 2.5?
You did say 2.
Whoa!
We can do it.
I said 3. 3 problems. Actually, I'm only going to work 2. You're going to work 1.
Oh, so we're only,
Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
This is going to be a difficult problem. This is probably one of the most difficult problems that you will have. So if you don't mind it, you'll be good. All right, so A is equal to 12, B is equal to 31. That's why I haven't been recording today, because everything I say, I've written something else down. All right, B is equal to 31, and angle A is equal to 20.5 degrees. Okay, so what is the first thing, I'm going to do this one with you, what is the first thing that you have to do?
Is it ambiguous?
That's exactly right, okay? So, is it ambiguous?
Yes.
All right, if I find it's ambiguous, then what do I have to do now?
No, you gotta check something else.
You gotta compare A and B.
Yeah, you need to know how many triangles it makes, people. If it's not ambiguous, it's going to make 1 triangle, as long as he didn't break any rules. Okay? So what I want to know is how many triangles you have. See, I cannot write today. I'm so sorry. I apologize beforehand. How many triangles? You have 1 minute. Less than 1 minute.
Can you put your card up there? Like, I have. Now you're being more complicated than I am. Thank you.
Okay, so when you're trying to find out how many triangles it has, the first thing that you need to do is you need to take the side that is part of the pair, okay, the side that goes with the angle, and you're going to compare him to the other side, all right? If he is bigger than the other side, it's 1 triangle and you're done, 1 and done, all right? If he's not bigger than the other side, then you're going to have to find the height, right? So the height is equal to the odd guy out, that's the side that doesn't have an angle, 31, times the sine of the only angle, 20.5. So if you pop that in your calculator, you would find the height to be 10.9. Is everybody okay? Now, I'm comparing this side to my height. Y'all listen to me. If he's not as big as my height, you have 0 triangles, right? We did this. We physically did this with paper, okay? If he's the same size as my height, how many triangles? 1. That's where he came right down on top. That's this guy right here, okay? This is less than the height, okay? He's 0, equal to the height, he's 1. Here's the only scenario. It was not this one, guys. If it was that, that's that 1 and done one, okay? So now, since he's bigger than the height, you want to see if he's between these 2. If he's between these 2 right here, then it's 2 triangles. Is 12 between 31 and 10.9? So how many triangles?
2.
Okay, so now I'm moving that card away, okay? So I have 2 triangles. Now listen, I'm going to tell you this. People, do it like I tell you to do it. As soon as it says 2 triangles, I'm going to go and I'm going to make a big gigantic T across my paper, okay? This is going to be triangle number 1. And this is going to be triangle number 2.
Do we need to make some space between the 2?
I'm going to draw my picture and find the first thing right here. And then I'll move down here and switch back and forth, okay? All right, so you don't have to, though. You can do it below it. It's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal, okay? So I'm going to draw my picture now. So watch how I draw my picture. This is my angle, 20.5. So I'm gonna make this angle. Remember how we did it? And this was the side that we could cut the length off. This was the pink side. This was the blue side, okay? So this is angle A. All right? This is side B right here, which happens to be 31. Now, here's what's fixing to happen. We're fixing to take this side A right here, and because he's between the B and the height, he's going to swing out here and make a triangle, and then he's going to swing back in here and make a triangle. Do you see it?
No.
Okay? I'm going to draw it with a colored pen. All right? I'm going to, let me see if I can find. Okay, so here is one of the triangles. That's when you swing it out here. Okay? This is my A, which is 12. Obviously, this is what we're going to call B sub 1 because it has to do with the first triangle. Alright? I'm just going to go ahead and put a C up here. It's going to change with the triangles, but I'm trying to get you to does everybody see the blue triangle? Everybody with me? Okay, so here's the next triangle. The next triangle is when I take this side right here. Now remember, my height's right here. I'm not going to draw it because we'll get too much junk in there. Okay? I'm going to swing this side and I'm going to swing him back in here, and he's going to go like this. And this is my 12. This is my B sub 2. He goes with my second triangle. So there's a pink triangle. Here's my pink triangle. And there's my blue triangle.
I used the exact opposite colors you did.
It's okay. It's okay. Nobody knows but you.
I know, but I don't want to get confused somehow.
All right. So, everybody okay? All right. So, now do you see that angle C changes between the blue triangle and the pink triangle? Everybody see that? Angle C is the whole thing in the blue triangle, but it's just a little piece in the pink triangle. All right. So, now I'll try and... Let's see, this was, I did it too, Colton. This is the pink triangle, okay? And then this one is the blue triangle. All right, so let's label what's missing over here. In the blue triangle, what's missing? Well, angle B sub 1. Do y'all agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay, remember how we put them on the right-hand side yesterday when we were working these problems? Angle C sub 1. I don't have C sub 1 up there because it just got to be too much junk.
Where's that, like?
It's up here, but it's the big blue angle, okay? And the pink triangle, it's gonna be that little skinny pink one, okay? Now, also side C sub 1, and I'll draw, C sub 1 is this big side right here of the triangle. On the pink one, this is gonna be my C sub 2. That little bitty piece right there.
Oh my gosh.
See the pink triangle? Do you see the pink triangle right there?
Yes.
Is this angle side C? Okay, so the pink triangle is the second triangle.
Why didn't you just draw two triangles?
I don't like to. It messes. I just don't like to. But you can if you want to. It kind of messes with me. I don't like to do that.
So the blue one is the big one.
The blue one is the big one, and the pink one is the little one. All right, so let's write over here what's missing on the pink triangle. It's the same thing, guys. Okay, except they're going to have twos. Angle B sub 2, which is this angle right here. He's right here. See him? Okay. Angle C sub 2, which is this angle up here at the top, this little bitty skinny one. All right, and then side C sub 2, which is going to be this little bitty side across from that little angle. Okay, Colton, stop. All right, so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the blue. I'm going to work with the blue triangle. In the blue triangle, what do I have to find? B, angle B. Okay, I know this side. I know this angle right here is 20.5. Okay, it told me that right there. I just didn't have room to write it in there. So that angle's 20 point. So there's my pair. Okay, I'm looking at the big blue triangle. There's my pair, and there's the other side that I know. So my proportion is going to look like this. 12 is to the sine of 20.5. 12 is to the sine of 20.5. As 31 is to the sine of b sub 1. Are you with me? Okay, so ask now if you're lost so I can catch you up.
I don't have a question, but I don't have anything.
Okay,
What's that top number on the second one? On the blue?
31.
Okay.
It's this side right here. This side is to the sine of his angle as this side is to the sine of his angle. Okay? So now I'm going to solve for this angle. People, I'm solving for an angle. What am I doing?
Inverse.
Inverse sine. Very good. So I'm going to go inverse sine of the two that you know go on top. The guy that's by himself goes on the bottom. Okay? So the two that I know are 31 and sine 20.5. And the odd guy out is the 12.
I did it.
And that's going to be equal to angle B sub 1. Okay? So I'm going to pop it in my calculator. All right? So this is how I figured out how to do the calculator thing. All right. So I'm going to go inverse sine. I am in degrees. I already checked that. Okay? And then I'm going to put this in there. 31 times the sine of 20.5, close the parentheses, divided by 12. You can close the parentheses here or not, it doesn't matter. So there's my angle. Do you see it? 64.8. I don't know where that came from. 64.8.
Are you okay?
I've been riding on the struggle bus all day today. I have said words and spelled them with letters that are not even in the word. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, stressed. Okay, so 64.8. So this is 64.8. Now listen to me. Right now, you need to go find B sub 2. Okay? Right now, go find B sub 2. What did y'all say was the relationship between this angle and this angle?
Subtract 180.
Yeah, they're supplementary. Okay, so right now, I'm going to go and say angle B sub 2 is equal to 180 minus B sub 1, which is 64.8. All right, 180 minus 64.8 is 115.2. Okay, so, and I'm going to tell you in a minute why I go immediately and do this, okay? I always do it that way, y'all. It's the best way to do it, all right? Now go back and let's finish this problem, okay? We'll go back and finish this problem, and then we'll go finish this problem. It'll be really easy. You've done everything that's difficult. Yes, Viola?
I don't understand why, like,
They're supplementary?
the formula over there on the left doesn't apply also to the pink triangle.
Because this angle B in the blue is different from this angle B sub 2 in the pink. This angle is the pink angle, and this angle is the blue angle.
Yeah, but like we have the same, like same sides, same angle. Yeah, on the pink one, because we have the same sides, the same angle.
No.
Okay, so
Y'all, if you use this same formula right here, won't it give you this same answer?
on the pink one.
I think she was B sub,
She-
the other one.
This B sub 2?
Yeah.
No, you can't. You can't.
But you have sine and angle.
Listen to me. But we're making, this is that, what, y'all listen to me. This is the ambiguous case, okay? You've got to be very, very careful with it, okay? He's not pretty and he's not nice, all right? So that's why I'm telling you to do it exactly like I'm telling you to do it. You cannot look at this little triangle right here and use that, that law of sines thing, okay? You can't say, that 12 is to the sine of this angle, as 31 is to the sine of this angle, and find this angle, because what's it gonna give you?
The
This
same-
angle.
Yeah.
It's gonna give you this one every stinking time. Every time it's gonna give you this angle. And so how do you find the other angle?
Subtract it from
You
180.
subtract it from 180, okay? It's always going to give you the acute angle, okay? It's always gonna give you the acute angle, and then you're gonna find the obtuse one by subtracting it from 180, okay? I see what you're saying, and you're going, well, that's crazy, because then the law of sine doesn't work. The law of sines does work, but it only gives you the acute angle, okay? And so because I have two triangles, then I go, oh, okay, now I gotta find the other one by subtracting it from 180.
So since the other triangle's obtuse, there's different rules. Oh, because like a chord, there's different rules to it, right?
That's on ambiguous case.
Okay, so where did you get the 115.2? I understand, like you said,
I
that it's
subtracted, I said
supplementary.
180 minus 64.8. 180 minus 64.8 is 115.2.
So if you had the 115.2 but not the 20.5, did you do the same thing? I'm just confused on when you used the supplementary situation.
Okay, all right, so everybody listen to me. This is the ambiguous case, angle side side, right? And we got two triangles. Every time you get two triangles, you draw the T on your paper, okay? The only angle that you're gonna be able to find is this angle B. There are two angle Bs. The one that this law of sines will give you is the acute one. That's the one out here. When you swing that side back in here, do y'all remember doing that? Yes or no?
Not really.
Wait, dude.
Okay, so watch, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna try to show you. And I need us to have enough time to, okay. So this is what we did the other day, all right? I'd like to keep that picture right there, but I'm not sure I can. So here is this, and then we made this side. Do you agree? Okay, and then this was my height. Are you with me?
Sorry.
Click that on your head. All right, so there it is. Now, I said if you get a side over here for A, and it's bigger than the height, but smaller than this blue side. So he has to be bigger than the height and smaller than the blue side. So I'm gonna call this it. Does everybody agree? Dang, need some of those magnet things little kids play with. That this guy right here is bigger than the height, but he's smaller than the blue side. Are you with me? Okay, so now I'm gonna show you. So whenever you use the law of sines, this is the angle that he's going to give you. He will never ever give you this other angle over here. You're going to find it by subtracting this angle from 180. So here's the blue triangle that's up here. And then what happens is that this side right here swings in and he can go this way. There's angle B sub 2. He is supplementary to this angle out here. Okay, I told you why the other day, because I did this. I just kind of made this one up. All right, so this is the same A. These are both the A's, they're the same size. Do you agree with that? These two angles, if these two sides of the I'm looking at this triangle right here.
Equilateral.
Yeah, no,
Whoa.
isosceles.
Isosceles.
If these two sides are congruent, these two angles are congruent. So this angle is the same as this one, and these two angles right here form a linear pair. They're supplementary. So if these two are supplementary, and this is the same as this one, these two have to be supplementary.
Opposite interior.
So that's where that all comes from. Okay?
So the sides are the same, and then it's supplementary for the angles.
One of those angles is not even in that triangle. No. These two, I ran out of color. This angle and this angle, do you agree? See, that's 12 and that's 12. Do you agree that this angle right here and this angle are congruent?
Yes.
Are you with me? Get that dang light out of there. Okay, so these two angles right here are congruent. Now, these two angles, the pink one and this little green one right here, they're supplementary. You agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if these two are supplementary, and these two are the same, don't these two have to be supplementary also?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where this comes from. That's why I'm subtracting this from 180 to get it. Because this angle and this angle, these two angles will always be supplementary. Now listen to me. Do you have to understand why to be able to work this problem? You don't, people. If that's too much for your brain, then just go, they're supplementary. She said they were, so every time I get this angle, I'm going to subtract it from 180 and I will get this one. At some point, it'll probably go click and you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's why she said that. All right? But even if it doesn't, people, you're still okay. All right, so here we go. Are you ready? All right, so now we're going to finish this problem. Y'all, we got 2 more problems to do. Good Lord. All right, so let's find angle C sub 1. How am I going to find C sub 1? How am I going to find C sub 1?
You add up.
Yeah, you know B and A, people. C's the only thing left. So angle C sub 1 is equal to 180 minus A, 20.5, minus B sub 1, 64.8. Okay? Now what am I going to do with that? I'm going to pop it in my little calculator. Heavens forbid if I have to use my brain. 150 minus 20.5 minus 64.8. What'd y'all get? 94.7. Okay? Now all I lack is that side. Look, people, look up here. I'm going to use this ratio that I know, the pair that I know, and this angle. You'll tell me what his side is. Okay? It's very easy. So now I'm going to say, I'm going to write that right there. Okay? I'm going to say 12 is to the sine of 20.5 as, I don't know what C1 is. I'm looking for it. C1 is to the sine of angle C1. What's angle C1? Perfect, 94.7. So C1 is equal to, the two that I do know go on the top, 12 times the sine of 94.7. The one that's the odd man out, I don't know his partner, the sine of 20.5, he goes on the bottom. So C1 is equal to, all right? So I'll pop this in my calculator. So I'll say 12 times the sine of 94.7, close those parentheses, divided by the sine of 20.5. 34.15?
Can you put 34.2 or?
Yes. I'm a two-person, two-rounder, so I always, my brain just rounds off to 2, okay? So I'm okay if you round it off to 1. It's gonna change your answer maybe just a little bit, but not a lot.
I'm not getting an answer. I just put it in and I'm getting demand.
Oh, I forgot parentheses.
What mode are you
Yeah, you're in degrees.
Oh wait,
I'm in degrees.
Brennan,
What?
are you dividing by sine 20.5?
Yeah.
You're supposed to divide by 20.5.
No, it's
Oh,
it's on 20.5.
Cause you have inverse sine in front of it.
Sine of 20.5.
Yeah.
That's what you're dividing by?
Yeah.
What about the inverse
You
sine?
don't put it in.
You don't
No,
have
no,
to-
no,
finding an angle.
We're looking for a side, don't be inverse signing.
Oh, I'm inverse signing this.
That's what he's doing. Okay. All right, so now let's do this guy over here. Tell me what to do now.
Well, we have our angle. So now that one's complementary, isn't it?
Stop, no. You're doing the same exact thing, people. What am I finding?
Oh.
Angle C
C sub 2, angle C, oh, great. Angle C sub 2. How did you find angle C sub 1?
That way.
Then this is the same way you find C sub 2. 180 minus A, which is 20.5, minus B, which is 115.2.
Okay.
Okay? Pop it all in your calculator. Y'all tell me what you get.
44.3.
Perfect. Okay? Now how am I going to find side C? The same way I found side C over here, okay? I'm going to say 12 is to the sine of 20.5 equals C sub 2 over the sine of angle C sub 2, 44.3. Don't be inverse signing it, you people. You're looking for a side.
Yes, ma'am.
So C sub 2 is equal to, I'll pop it all in my calculator.
Is it 44.3?
Yeah.
Will you always be able to use the first fraction, like, again?
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be my go-to one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use him to find everything that I need, okay? So I'm gonna say 12 times the sine of 44.3, close the parentheses. Oh, I should write that down. 12 times the sine of 44.3, all divided by the sine of 20.5. I could've used that guy up there and then just replaced something, but I didn't. Divided by the sine of 20.5. So, 23.93.
Yes.
Okay? All right. Now, listen to me. I'm going to tell you one thing, okay? And then maybe, I think maybe I might not should say it, but I'm going to say it because it's going to happen to somebody. Remember what I said to do. I said to find this. This is the only thing that you can find first. I mean, people, you're locked into finding this. That is that first triangle. Even if you don't draw a picture, you go, there's B1. How do you find B2? Subtract it from 180, and that's my B2. And then just go back and do your triangles. You don't even have to have a picture, okay? So I think a picture speaks to me, so I like a picture, but you don't have to have a picture. But this is why I want you to do it right now. Because if you wait, look what happens. You start doing this 180 minus, this has to do with the triangle, doesn't it? Does this have to do with the triangle?
No.
No, this has to do with supplementary angles.
Hey, don't do it.
Stop. Supplementary angles, okay? So that's why I wanted you to go ahead and do it right now so that you don't get it mixed up with the triangles. Okay? All right, you ready for yours? Woo! So that took
Wait,
three
that was
times as
one.
long as first period. But that's probably because first period doesn't pay attention to me.
You know what first period is in this class?
All right, so here we go.
Eight is it the first?
This is example 5B. People, listen to me. If you don't want to draw a picture, you don't have to draw a picture. I'm not grading your picture, okay?
We're doing this one by ourselves.
So, yes. C is equal to 31 degrees. B is equal to 46. And little c is equal to 29. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to get started, and then I'm going to do it.
2 minutes. I like when we're 15 together.
Card up.
Please.
Can we start out with this first angle and see?
What?
Can we start out like, can this be C?
It says it is. So I did.
Okay, yeah.
All right, I'm putting the card away, okay? Because I can't write. get on track? Yes.
You used 94.2 again. Why'd you do that?
I don't know.
Is it supposed to be 23, 20?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's the right answer that you were doing.
Yeah. Because I copied it. Sorry.
So wait, did you realize that it was home?
No, I didn't realize I did it wrong because I looked over here to get the answer, so I didn't copy it in my calculator.
Mike, that's tragic. I'm sorry.
Okay? Alright. So, anybody got a question? Y'all listen to me. These are difficult. For some people, it's really, really hard. But once it clicks, then it's gonna click. Okay? Is this the last problem you're gonna see like this?
No, there's gonna be.
No, there's gonna be a few on your worksheet, and then there's gonna be some on the test.
Worksheet was today?
Okay? Yes.
Or in
When's
that
that
worksheet?
one due?
Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday. The worksheet I'm gonna give you.
Wait,
It's actually what it is, y'all listen to me, actually what it is the worksheet that you have right now, where it said also, it is that pulled off and made on another worksheet, so it was easy for me to grade.
which is
Because
what?
whenever y'all do stuff on your notebook paper, y'all are crazy. So it's hard for me to grade it, so I made it myself, and it makes it easier on myself. Okay, so it's really not like an extra worksheet. It is that worksheet, I just pulled it apart. But it'll be counted as a separate worksheet. Okay?
When is
I'll-
this test?
This test is next Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Okay?
What if
So-
we're not gonna be here on Friday?
And you'll have to make that part up. And we're not in school on Monday. So that's gonna be bad.
We're not in school on Monday?
Next Monday. Not this coming Monday, but the next one, the 20th, where y'all are out again.
President's Day?
And we're working. I don't know what it is, but it's not, we're not, y'all are
July
working
4th.
today.
So our test is that Friday or like next Friday?
I knew it was.
Okay. So, here we go. Write this down. Hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Write this down. Okay? The course of a boat. I'll say it out loud. Okay?
Slowly.
Hold on.
Oh, dang. This, I started to say it'll be on the video, but this is the video, people. Dang it. I'll probably just keep on doing it when the bell rings, okay? I'll probably just keep doing it when the bell rings so that it'll be on my video. I'll make y'all be quiet. The course of a boat race starts at point A. Course of a boat race starts at point A. And proceeds in the direction south 52 west to point B.
Are we doing bearings again?
Well, it's not really a bearing problem, but it does have bearings in it, so.
I may have 20 on that.
South what?
South 52 west
Oh, we were
to
done with
point
that.
B. Shh. Then, south 40 degrees east to point C. Then, south 40 degrees east to point C. And finally, back to point A. A really important point. Point C lies 8 kilometers directly south of point A. You gotta know that.
I would never wanna be point C. He's a liar.
Was what?
Lies 8 kilometers directly south of point A. They wanna know the total distance. Okay, so y'all just don't walk in front of the video and I'm gonna finish it, okay? So,
Where are the worksheets?
I think I did
Go
the
ahead,
first
go.
half.
yeah.
I just finished the first half of this problem.
But you don't.
Why do you have to reminder?
She said don't walk in front of the video.
I'm not in front of it.
Do you see them? Get them all back here.
And that one that.
Law, wait, law of cosines.
It says law of sines and law of cosines.
Just as law. Just as law of cosines.
You're gonna see, I'm sure about you're gonna compare the A and B.
I have the law of
And
sines.
then A,
You have the law.
A is smaller than B. Then it's gonna either have like zero triangle or two triangles. If A is smaller than B, you're gonna have to find the H. And if it's smaller than H, then it's zero. And then it's small, and greater than H.
Tuesday, you got a whole weekend and 2 days.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this problem, okay? So it'll be on the video for you guys. Alright, so it starts. See right here. It starts at point A. It has a bearing, so I'm gonna draw a north-south line. It has a bearing of south 52 degrees west. So south, and I'm going west 52 degrees. So this is 52. Don't know how far it goes, but it goes to point B. Then I have another bearing. That bearing is south 40 degrees east. So south 40 degrees, so I'm going 40 degrees, so this is my 40 degrees east. And I go and look, I know, it tells me that C lies 8 kilometers directly south. So I know this right here is 8. Okay? Now, I need to find this angle. I don't have a pair yet. I have to know this angle to have a pair. So, do you see these alternate interior angles?
Yes.
So 52 and 52. Once I know this one and this one, I can subtract and get this one. So I'm going to subtract 92 from 180 and get 88. Thank you. All right? Now look, I need this angle too. You see those alternate interior angles? 40 and 40. Now all you're going to do is set up your thing. Here's your pair. 8 is to the sine of 88 as, let's find this side first. C is to the sine of 40. All right, if you want this side right here, A, you're going to say 8 is to the sine of 88 as A is to the sine of 52. Okay? No, it's not. It's really easy. Your answer is going to be 19, your total distance.
Where are we trying to
There's
find?
the problem.
Are we trying to find the perimeter?
Yes, because it asks for the total distance right there. Okay? So this is the problem all worked out.
Yeah,
You can do the area because you can hear on this formula. All right?
Are we using our card on our test?
Yes, you're using your card on your test. All right, I'll stop it now. Thanks.